Right now at noon, it's day 2 in the Parkland school shooter's penalty phase trial.
The defense and state arguing today over showing jurors video from that tragic day. We also heard more dramatic testimony from witnesses. Let's go right now to Local 10 News reporter Trent Kelly.
He's live with the very latest developments from the courtroom today. Trent.
Christy Janice, day 2 of this trial getting underway with prosecutors calling even more witnesses to the stand today, including several students who were in class when that shooting started. Some of them were injured by those bullets. The day, though, beginning with jurors getting the chance to see brand new surveillance video from inside the school, supposedly showing the moment that the shooter walked inside while armed. Now, because of a previous ruling by the judge in this case, that surveillance video was not allowed to be seen by the public today. Instead, it was shown only to jurors and members of the shooter's defense team. The shooter, by the way, not appearing to watch that video on his monitor. Instead, he continued to look down most of the time and at some points was again holding his head, just as we saw at many points yesterday. Those surveillance cameras, we should note, were not able to record any audio. So unlike yesterday when those very chilling clips of the gunfire were played, today's footage was completely silent. After playing that video for jurors, the state then called to the stand several students who were in class when that gunfire first erupted. One of the students we heard from today was a young man named Chris McKenna. He was a freshman at MSD at the time and was in his 4th period English class. He described getting up to go to the bathroom, but while on the way, he became the very first student to encounter the shooter inside a school stairwell. Take a listen to how McKenna described that confrontation, what the shooter said to him in that moment, and the very dramatic moment in court when he identified the shooter for jurors. Take a listen.
I saw Martin and Luke, and I high-fived Martin, and I walked by him like it was normal, walked into the staircase, and I walked into a man. He was wearing a maroon shirt with a JROTC shirt with a backpack and a hat on, black pants. He had a rifle in his hands. I was stunned for 1 second, and he said to me, "Get out of here. Things are about to get bad."
Mr. McKenna, if you saw the person that was in the stairwell with you, would you be able to identify him?
Yes, sir.
You see him in the courtroom today?
I do.
Which person you point to?
The one with the glasses on.
Okay, sitting next to Mr. Wheeler?
Yes.
Yeah, some very dramatic moments there in court earlier. Right after that moment happened, we did hear from 2 other students who were in the same class when that shooting first started. They described in very vivid detail the moment that the bullets started to be fired through some nearby windows. One student describing in very vivid detail the moment they realized that one of their classmates, Alex Schachter, had been fatally wounded in that shooting. Shortly after that testimony took place, the judge did declare a recess, allowing jurors to go on an early lunch break of sorts. They are set to reconvene for more witness testimony. That is set to start at 1 p.m. For now, that is the very latest live from the courthouse in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I'm Trent Kelly, Local 10 News.
All right, Trent, thank you. That is really chilling to listen to all of that. And let's get over to Local 10 News reporter Janine Stanwood.
She is with legal expert David Weinstein with more on the last witness on the stand so far today.
Well, the last witness that we heard from was Alex Dworet. And if that name sounds familiar, that's because his brother Nikolas Dworet was killed. Alex described being shot in the head, feeling the blood. His parents were actually in court. And David, the whole thing was just gut-wrenching. But not only was it just so tough to hear, but this is also exactly what the state wants.
Exactly. And here's another victim who the defendants pled guilty to attacking and shooting. And to hear his testimony and him telling the people in the courtroom, the jurors live, what happened to him that day, what he remembers about what happened to him that day, it just goes a long way towards establishing these aggravating factors for the prosecution. And they're lining up these witnesses methodically, victims interspersed with other witnesses, to give the jurors a real feel for what was going on in those classrooms the day that Nikolas Cruz attacked.
And there were pictures that were shown not in open court, as Trent Kelly had mentioned, because the judge ruled that some of this evidence was deemed maybe too gruesome or too graphic to show the public. But jurors were able to see pictures of gunshot wounds, for example. Alex Dworet said that he had been shot in the head, so we believe that jurors were able to see pictures of those injuries. And all of that is part of the state's case to say that Nikolas Cruz acted with malice in a cold and calculated way, and this is what he did. The injured victims like Alex, that goes into the aggravating factors for the 17 who were killed.
Yes, and on top of that, while we couldn't hear anything that was going on, they also played about 15 minutes worth of video captured from the surveillance cameras. So these jurors have now seen exactly what took place that day, and these live witnesses who were there are telling them exactly what was happening to them, what's going through their mind, and is painting that picture for these jurors that, yes, the state is establishing aggravating factors.
Christy and Janice, we're going to be following this all day online. As you know, court resumes at 1 o'clock. Our own Christina Vasquez is there. And I know, Christy, you and I were talking about this. The one question is, what were the jurors' reactions when they saw this video? Because we're not able to watch that. We do have a team inside, and we'll have all of that coming up when court resumes, and of course on Local 10 News starting at 3 o'clock.
Okay, we will talk to you then, get those answers. Thanks so much, Janine. And you can watch, as she mentioned, the live special coverage of this trial every day right on local10.com, our social media pages, and the Local 10 Plus app, which you can get on your smart TV. Again, that's all day on local10.com and on our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages, and the Local 10 Plus app, which is on your smart TV.